And if this video gets 500 likes, I'm going to give away one of these tool bags. So all you have to do is just hit that like button and comment down below. And then I'm gonna pick a comment down below and send one of y'all this tool bag. Plus I'll throw in a couple of these hooks and we'll get all that sorted out. Comment down below. I'll get you to reach out to me on the email and we'll figure out your address and I will have one of these ordered and shipped to your house free of charge to you. Hey everybody, and welcome to the fascinating world of traffic signals. Today I want to go over some must-have tools while working in the bucket truck and working on traffic signals. First things first is you're going to want to have a good bucket bag. This one is from Klein. You can also get some hooks right here so you can clip it onto the tool bag. There is some slots right here in the back side. You can push these through the hooks and then hook it to your bucket truck, and then you have your bucket bag secured to the truck and have all your tools easily available so you can quickly get your job done. All right, so easily said right there. Get yourself a bucket bag. Here is the other tools, and this is going to be the startup tools. If you are an apprentice or you are just starting out in the bucket truck, these are the tools you need to have right away. And then the other stuff is going to be very helpful later on, but we're going to not go into that too deep right now. First things first, and very important, is you are going to need a level, a proper bullet, torpedo level, whatever you want to call it. This is a cheap one from Craftsman. Nothing needs to be way too fancy. Don't try to buy one of those $2 plastic ones though. That ain't gonna get you anywhere. But 10, 15 bucks, get yourself a good torpedo level. It's a must have, gotta have it. Gotta make sure that these signal heads are straight when we install them and that they look proper. Next, you can get a full set of screwdrivers and insulated screwdrivers preferably, because we are working on live electrical lines at times. So this one is a flip blade one from Klein Tools, and you can see it has the Phillips head on one end and a number 2 flat blade on the other end, and pops in, twists back out. Comes with a set. You get some square tips, you get the PH2, PH1, the number 1 and number 2 of the flat blade, the smaller and bigger ones, whole 9 yards. So to keep everything compact and easy, I do highly recommend this Klein multi-blade screwdriver. It's a great one to pick up, and it's something you need to have in the bucket. All right, as we just said before, we are working on live electrical lines at times. So in the bucket, yes, you can get yourself a whole multimeter, but this is kind of hard to hold around while you're up in the air and you're trying to test voltage. What I recommend in the bucket is one of these more compact voltage testers. This is the ET45 from Klein. You can get this guy for like 10 bucks, real cheap. Black to your neutral and or ground. Touch the red one to your hot cables, and then it will just light up and you'll see what kind of voltage is running into the line that you are testing. Again, don't really recommend this for a lot of things, but when you're inside the bucket truck, this is very handy and I do enjoy using this guy. Next tool, and I think you should just 100% invest in one of these and always wear it on your side, wear it on your belt. But this is going to be the Klein Tools scissors and knife splicing set, cable set. So you pull out the scissors. This is a great pair. You'd be surprised how often you'll reach for this. Even outside of work, I'll wear these because it's just so handy to have. But you definitely want the scissors, and this is probably the best knife you can buy on the market. There is other brands in Klein that sell them that work and perform just as good, but for stripping down cables, jackets off of multi-conductor cables and everything, this does a very, very good job. This is going to be something that your work and company should provide, and that is going to be a terminal box. This, honestly, the Husky one from Home Depot, I find that holds up the best and does a very good job. But you can put all your butt splices, fork connectors, keep all of that organized is going to make your job so much easier. And it comes with side clips. I like to rip those off right away. And then you just have the front one to worry about. Opens up nice and easy. You can grab your butt splice, use it, and quickly make your splices and crimps. All right, let's close that guy up. And the next tool that you're going to want to have when working on traffic signals or up in the air, if we just talked about those terminal connections, then we need to go over. You need a good set of wire crimpers. This one's going to come with a little cutter on the top. Your non-insulated side right here, that's going to be poked out a little bit more. That's for non-insulated splices and crimps. For these guys here, this is insulated, so you want to put it on the bottom one, and you need a good set of crimpers so you can crimp all your butt splices. Klein makes a really excellent one, but you can also get a Harbor Freight, and the Doyle one looks almost the same as this. Pick up that one, it's like $20, $25. You don't have to go with the most expensive brand with all of these things. They're all gonna work great, but I'm telling you now, if you go cheap on these, then expect somebody to throw them away, because you will have butt splices and fork connector crimps that fell on you. And you'll quickly know what I mean by too cheap. Then you also are going to need a good pair of wire strippers. I prefer these ones by Klein. I like the way they fit in my hand a lot more. And it's kind of a combo with the lineman pliers right there at the end. Milwaukee also makes a good pair of them. I just don't like the way that these ones fit my hand very much while I'm trying to strip some cables. You can also get those automatic wire strippers. Those work great as well. Same route as the crimpers though. If you go too cheap, you're going to regret it. Cheaper, you ain't gotta buy Klein, but don't go $7 cheap or whatever. That bottom rack at Harbor Freight, avoid at all costs. Don't be buying anything from that. This is the combo pair that has the lineman pliers. So if you have a set like this, then I'll bring this up by itself and I won't bring a pair of lineman pliers, but a pair of lineman pliers, side cutters, whatever you want to call them, is very much needed. But since I have those wire strippers that kind of have that combo onto it, and these ones work great as it, instead of bringing up my lineman pliers, I like to then bring up my cable cutters. You typically won't need this unless you're running some bigger cables, but it can speed you up in the bucket. Our 8 conductors and 8 conductor number 14. So there's 8 14 size cables, conductors inside of that wire. This cuts right through it. This will take a little bit more time cutting through it. You'll have to bite down a couple times to actually get it to cut. End of the day, if you really have to, you can make this pair of scissors work. I've cut 5 conductor, 8 conductor, everything like that with those scissors. If needed, you'll strip it down and then cut the conductors one at a time. But get yourself a pair of cable cutters, and that will speed you up a lot quicker than just using these. And again, if you buy the automatic pair, I highly recommend to have a pair of lineman pliers. If you don't buy, or if you buy this pair, then I highly advise to just bring the pair of cable cutters with you. All right, now let's get into wrenches. And a lot of people have commented down below asking what kind of wrenches these are. These are quad box style wrenches. They have 4 different sizes that you can flip around on each wrench. You got the smaller sizes. I want to say it goes from like a 5/16 to a 1/2 inch on the smaller set. And then you also have a 9/16 all the way up to a 3/4 on the bigger size. These ones are from Craftsman. I've also had good luck with the gear wrench ones, and Husky makes one, and Home Depot is pretty good with their warranties. So if you want to go with the Husky, real easy to swap them back out if they break. And I'm telling you now, Klein makes a set. They're gonna look nice. They look cooler than the rest. But I'm promising you, and just fair warning right now, do not go for the Klein brand quad box wrenches. they are absolutely junk. Then you're turning on the wrenches, you may need to be holding a nut or a bolt on the other side. Stanley used to make some amazing tools, crappy tools as well. But I got this one way back in the day, probably a decade by now, of this Stanley adjustable wrench. And this size right here, especially if you can get a mouth that opens up wide enough, all the way to a 1 inch, the smaller set of adjustable wrenches right here, this adjustable wrench will work. Harder to find this nowadays, but just pick yourself out a good adjustable wrench. Don't cheap out on it, and you're going to perform pretty well in the bucket. Now, as an apprentice, these are the must-have tools that you really need to pick up and use anytime you're operating the bucket and when you're up in the air. The rest of the little things, I do recommend like a hammer, just like we talked about earlier, the multimeter. There's things that can help you with stripping cable. There's so many more tools, but to start out with the job, spend your $70 to $100 on a tool bag, and then get these things, the must-haves, and then you can start buying like your nut drivers, your Allen key sets, all the extra stuff that you're going to need as an electrician. Start picking those up as you're getting more checks. But once you start out the job, just have these tools right here ready to go for your job, then you're going to be able to perform your task very well. Handful of tools you're going to need to perform your task and make you a better electrician. Again, more advanced, filling up the bucket, filling up the bag, more and more tools that are going to be more specifically related to electrical equipment and different things like that. But when dealing with traffic lights and aerial work, this is what you need to have before doing your task. So make sure you pick up all these tools before getting on the job site. And remember, if this video gets 500 likes, I'm going to pick a person out of the comments. I'll get them to reach out to me over email, verify that it's you 100%, and then I will get your address and get you one of these shipped straight from Amazon. It's probably the best way I can get that to happen. And I will make sure to throw in a couple packs of hooks so that you are set up and ready to go with a proper tool bag and everything set up and ready to go for you to start your task before you start your new apprenticeship or your electrical journey. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helped. If you want me to go more in depth and show you all the tools that I use on a day-to-day basis, which is going to entail even more that's in the truck, then make sure to like the video and make sure to comment down below and let me know that you want to see more of those videos. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching.